Welcome to Comics Tonight. Today, this is the show right here at Comicstorian where we give you some of the tidbits of news that happened in the comic book industry and we let you know about things that came out this week. On today, Wednesday, we basically read off the solicits to you and I give you my opinions on a lot of these books. This show is brought to you by our Patreon, patreon.com/Comicstorian, where for only $1, you get access to our weekly review show, Comicstorian Weekly, our conspiracy show, Conspiracy Cast, our gaming podcast, Eligible Monster Podcast, and even a new one that we have coming out called the Platinum Attack, or Plat Attack. We'll finalize a name, but it's me and Natalie going over how to get platinums in various games. There are 7 podcasts on there, along with 3 days a week you get early access to videos from Comicstorian right over there for only $1. Since we're doing it as an extra thing, we want to give you extra stuff over there and give you a reason to support us over on Patreon. It's also streamed live over on twitch.tv/EligibleMonster most Mondays when we're doing this together right here, where we stream a lot of our shows every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. So, first piece of news, guys. Spider-Man is coming out! If you didn't know about it because you're living under a rock, but you're still a PlayStation fan, it comes out this Friday. Finally, we get 2018's Spider-Man, and it's incredible. I got to play it at PAX. It's a lot of fun. But we're going to celebrate the release of that game right here on Comicstorian. So you'll hear more about it on this weekend when we make the official promo video. But we're going to be giving away 3 copies of the game to the most engaged people here on Comicstorian YouTube channel. So Friday night, we're going to look for the person who's most engaged across our videos. On Saturday night, we're going to look for the most engaged person. And Sunday night, we're going to look for the most engaged person. And we're going to give them $60 in PlayStation cash. So if you already have Spider-Man, you can buy another game. That's not all though. If you go over to our Discord at the end of the entire web weekend, we're going to give away a copy of the game to someone over on the Discord. And if you go to our gaming channel, Eligible Monster, since it's officially actually working again, at the end of the weekend, we're going to give a copy away over there. But it gets better, my friends. We're sweetening the pot. We're also going to give away a copy to our Patreons at the end of the weekend. And for the entirety of this weekend, over on twitch.tv/EligibleMonster, I will be streaming the game. Almost every day at about 12 p.m. Eastern, I will go live for about 8 to 10 hours. The goal is going to be to completely beat the game and try to get a platinum trophy on the PlayStation copy if it's possible in that short amount of time. Now, we're going to be running a lot of contests during that for bits and sub goals. We're going to be giving away Spider-Man Marvel Legends figures, we're going to be giving away Spider-Man books, and we're going to be giving away PlayStation Cash between $10 to $60 to help you buy a copy of the game or get other games on your PlayStation. So come on over to our twitch.tv and join us for this big web weekend celebration, because Spider-Man is coming out and I've been waiting way too freaking long for this. Other than that, we don't have that much crazy news happening right now in the comic book world. We've got the Spider-Geddon event starting up, which is going to tie in. They're going to have, apparently, the guy from the Spider-Man game is going to enter Spider-Geddon. I guess we'll know which one he is because he's going to have the white spider costume on or something along those lines. We've also got, over in DC, we've got Red Hood has received a new name. It's Red Hood Outlaw. So I guess he's dropping the Outlaws. He's going with this new look. Still a little undecided how I feel about the new look and what's going to be happening to Bizarro and Artemis as they are left open-ended on an epilogue. But I guess we'll figure that out soon. Those are the biggest pieces of the news we have this week. Web Weekend right here, Comicstorian. Win yourself PlayStation Cash, toys, comic books, and maybe one lucky winner will get a shirt that I wore. I don't know why you'd want that. Why would you want that? We'll figure something out. I got stuff here. You want Dan? If you win, I might send you Dan. Anyway, let's get to the releases this week. At the top of our list, we have The Adventures of Super Sons 2. So for those guys who don't know, Super Sons did officially end, but they decided to give you a out-of-continuity summer vacation story of our 2 favorite Super Sons. Now, kids today, am I right? With their vaping, texting, emojiing, and whatnot, never mind what happens in the teen villains. Never mind what happens when teen villains, the gang, gets their hands on gold kryptonite. That's exactly what the young bad guys plan to do is they're going to impress Earth's villains. Benny's having problems talking today. But yeah, when we last left off, they had their own version of like kid villains. They got gold kryptonite. They disabled both Damien and John. What's going to happen next? Batman number 54. Dick Grayson, the original Robin, gets to spend some quality time fighting crime with his mentor for the first time since Batman popped the question to Catwoman. It's a walk down memory lane as Bruce Wayne helps Dick get over the loss of his high-flying acrobatic parents, which in turn led to his crime-fighting career. Guest artist, Matt Wagner from Mage and Trinity. Awesome. We have Cover, one of the Brian Michael Bendis imprint stuff, The Jinx World, which is a part of DC. Years in the making, from the award-winning team Brian Michael Bendis and multimedia sensation David Mack, comes a brand new graphic novel experience. It's all kind of based on a true story, sort of. Deep in the American intelligence community, someone realizes that comic book creators who travel around the world to sell their wares might make the perfect cover for operatives in this dangerous, topsy-turvy world of intelligence and counterintelligence. Sounds like a dream that he had, like, I want to be a spy. What if a comic book writer who travels the entire world was a spy? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have the same dreams. What if every night I went out as Batman and fought for my city? Curse of Brimstone number 6. Nothing is creepier than a possessed child. Wait, no, possessed dolls. Those are worse. Anyway, our heroes Joe and Annie find themselves under assault from a horde of possessed kids, all under the command of the mystical baddie Slackjaw. So this started out feeling kind of like DC's Ghost Rider. It's kind of gone off in its own direction now. I am enjoying it, but it is not on my list of ones that I have to read right away. I normally catch up on this one myself. Next, we have Deathstroke number 35, which is the supposedly the last issue of Deathstroke versus Batman. In this corner, Deathstroke suffering from a traumatic brain injury at the hands of Batman. In the other corner, Batman with Deathstroke's knife in his gut. Yep. I mean, if you've been reading that, you know what's going on. Really a bad time to jump in. Green Arrow number 44. Green Arrow is used to firing at targets, but he's not used to having the bullseye on his own back. Social justice vigilante Citizen calls Oliver Queen as one of his next marks. And now, as Ollie is fighting a two-front battle in both his private and crime-fighting lives, Green Arrow must protect the others, whom Citizen has named in his scheme to eradicate corruption in Seattle. Next up, we have Green Lanterns number 54. The cyborg Superman Hank Henshaw found a way to override the Green Lantern's power rings, and he's using that ability to gaslight Simon Baz in part 5 of the Evil's Might storyline. Over in Harley Quinn number 49, she's a straight-up clowning around on her latest mission, and she's faced with a real laughter of a puzzle. How does she kill and collect the bounty on Lord Deathman, an immortal murder machine who seemingly can't be killed? I like how they're actually straight-up clowning around. That's every issue of this book. Justice League number 7. It's wall to source wall Justice League action as artist Jim Cheong rejoins writer Scott Snyder. Hawkgirl takes wing against Legion of Doom leader Lex Luthor. Jon Stewart faces off against an old foe, Sinestro, and the Flash must run down the still force-empowered Gorilla Grodd, and Wonder Woman tackles the tag team of Black Manta and Cheetah underwater, no less. Nightwing number 18, guest starring The Silencer. Oh, that's actually a really good way to start getting these new age of heroes into the regular line. Dick Grayson is forced to participate in the world's greatest motorcycle race, a 3-day affair hosted on a remote island and populated by the greatest riders of the planet. Nightwing reluctantly complies, but only to save the life of an old friend. Unexpected, number 4. The unexpected race to save Gotham City from exposure to the toxic nth metal, and you don't come to Gotham without meeting the Bat family. Oh, another one of the New Age of Heroes books. I haven't been reading that one at all. Leviathan number 2, Till Death Do Us Part, To Death Do Us Part, Part 2. While Ryan DeLuca tries to piece together exactly how his friends summoned a giant monster, government defense forces take the fight to the depths of the earth. Unnatural number 3. Leslie's date night is going spectacularly well until it goes horribly wrong. Seriously, it gives bad date a new meaning. Ant-Man and Wasp number 5. Our heroes make it back to Earth, but shouldn't Earth be bigger? This is a big, small problem. As Guardian of the Galaxy. Ooh, that sounds fun. Spinning out of the events of Infinity Wars comes an epic space opera from Deadpool veterans Cullen Bunn and Matteo Lally. Angela, the not-so-beloved half-sister of Thor, the hot-headed Valkyrie, and the human who shares her form, Annabella Riggs, I didn't know she had a human who shared her form, Scourge the Executioner, and the freshly returned from hell, and Throg, the mightiest frog of thunder. Kevin Masterson, the boy who took his father's mace to become the hero Thunderstrike, and the Destroyer, the Asgardian armor built to take down the Celestials, its wielder unknown. What is this? I'm going to read that. That just sounds crazy. Astonishing X-Men number 13, a new era begins. The Reavers are back and they have a new weapon only Havoc knows about. It's going to take a ragtag group of X-Men to save a world that hates and fears them, as always. But after this villainous turn, can any of the X-Men really trust him? Can you blame them? Havoc, Beast, Dazzler, Warpath, Colossus! I went to the next book by mistake, but you get where it's going. Avengers number 7. This is the Ghost Rider 1000 BC. It's giving his origin and how he rides a flaming mammoth. 1 million BC. Dan told me that. I guess 1000 BC is not nearly as impressive. What would that be, like an Egyptian Ghost Rider? He rides like an Egyptian god. No? Gary's also shaking his head at me? I'm trying to guess here. 1000 BC. Would that be like Ghost Rider on Noah's Ark? Like the whole ark's on fire, and then all the animals inside of the flaming ark are like, oh my God! You just roasted them all, Ghost Rider! And he's like, for vengeance! Noah was Ghost Rider of Noah's Ark. Anyway, Captain America number 3 has Winter in America continuing. Cap and Black Panther embark on a daring raid into the heart of the Nuke Army. Run, Dan, run! He's supposed to run across the camera. I don't know why he didn't. Go! Someone get the door! You're both this...
Oh, that was the weirdest solicit ever.
All right, anyway, Captain America number 3 continues with Winter in America. So here's what happened, guys. The doorbell rang, lunch is here. Dan didn't move. Gary got to the door. I said, run, Dan, run. They both stopped and just looked at me. No one going to the door. No one getting lunch. Cosmic Ghost Rider number 3. Cosmic Ghost Rider versus the future. The Guardians of the Galaxy for the fate of the universe. Enough said. Yep. Not said. Deadpool number 4. Deadpool is in for a world of weird. A merc job leads Deadpool to one of the strangest corners of the Marvel Universe. Weird world. Death of the Inhumans number 3. Once Black Bolt's voice could shatter planets, now it cannot even break down the walls that hold him. The Midnight King is not but a wounded prisoner, and his family, the lambs to the slaughter. They will plead for help from a distant ally. It will not save them. Immortal Hulk number 5. Guest starring Alpha Flight's Sasquatch. The monster inside Bruce Banner is fully unleashed in a brutal, bloody battle with the monster who made him. Old Man Logan, annual number 1, Return to the Wastelands. Before he was trapped in the Marvel Universe, Logan was trapped in a post-apocalypse. Logan, he's going back to the future that he killed everyone. Quicksilver, No Surrender number 5. Quicksilver has uncovered the dark secret behind the creatures that are hunting his loved ones, but knowing is only half the battle. G.I. Quicksilver. I don't think that's how that goes. Spedpool and Spooderman. When raising a child, you need to show them the world. And what thoughtful parent wouldn't introduce their child to the most dangerous spot on the whole planet? Well, anyway, Spedpool and Spooderman are visiting the Savage Land with Master Matrix, introducing the most powerful young robot in the world to the most volatile area. Couldn't go wrong, could it? Not when Spedpool's leading the way. Silver Surfer, annual number 1. What mysteries await buried deep within the cosmic multitudes of the Marvel annuals? Marvel Annals. Why, it's an untold story of dark and tragic past of the Silver Surfer. Thanos Legacy number 1. Thanos wins again. Donny Cates returns to the Mad Titan to bring a story bridging the gap between Thanos wins and Infinity Wars. How did Thanos travel back from the future to lead the events of Infinity Wars Prime? Now it can be told. Venom First Host number 2. The mystery of Venom's first host continues to unfold as Eddie and the Venom are ambushed by the Skrull who can be saved by an unlikely ally, a Kree named Tel-Kar. So if you're not following, Venom apparently had a host before going to Earth, and it was Tel-Kar. He had one fight with it and considers it his symbiote. Cool concept, we'll see what happens. Weapon X, number 23, guest starring Deadpool. When a secret clan of Satanists wants hell on Earth for mutants. X-Men Gold, number 35. The X-Men versus the Undead. That's all it says. Okay. And that's the end. We've hit the end. So thank you for joining us today for Comics Tonight Today, where we go over all the solicits and let you know about stuff that's happening, including Web Weekend. So don't forget to follow us right here on Comicstorian. Go to our gaming channel, Eligible Monster. Go to our Patreon, patreon.com/Comicstorian, to get the most possible chances of not having to go to our Twitch and winning yourself some prizes. Make sure you check your YouTube messages, obviously, or if you're a Patreon, check your Patreon messages to find if you win those. But don't forget, twitch.tv/Eligible Monster this weekend from Friday till Sunday. We will be playing non-stop Spider-Man, giving away Spider-Man stuff. So I hope to see you there. And I hope you're excited about these books. I'll see you next week right here at Comicstorian.